Okay. The sun is beaming. It is so bright.
Welcome to GuestList, the podcast where I, Liz Crandall, am once again GuestList.
You again forgot like a major part. Hey guys, welcome back to Guest List, the show where I, Liz Crandall, a woman who is on no one's guest list,
Fuck!
am sitting here with a guest! Everybody drum roll for our first ever guest here on Guest List, Daniel Saligman.
Yeah, thank you. Woo!
Introduce yourself
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It was weird when I first walked on a set, because I was like, I thought you were the assistant, because Liz Crandall's blonde.
Oh, and we're gonna talk about the hair. I got my hair done today. Yay, go new hair. I got it done at Rose Quartz Salon by Amber Scissorhands.
Amber Scissorhands.
It was genuinely incredible. I'm so in love with it.
That's what my drag name is.
You should probably give rights back. Theft. But no, I'm in love with my hair. It's so fun. It's very glowy. I was gonna do that at the top of the hour updates. But fine, we'll get ahead of ourselves. Anyways.
It's an important change. It should be at the beginning.
Thanks. Okay, anyways, guys. I'm excited today. We have a lot of good topics.
And we're filming this for the first time. I also think this is an important thing that we're doing at the beginning. This is the third time we're filming this podcast.
Yeah, we had a... By we, I mean I messed up a lot. Should I check the framing one more time? Should I check that this is filming and check the framing one more time?
Yeah, check it.
Okay,
while she's checking it,
we're going to roll the intro. Okay, so top of the hour updates. Yes, my hair's dyed. Yes, this is our third time filming this podcast.
Any third one? Any secret
I'm
third thing?
really mad at myself, but now my hair looks good on camera, so that's huge. Oh,
and you know what?
Oh, it's also hotter than Satan's anus right now.
It is hotter than Satan's anus right now.
We're filming outside, as you can tell, because number one, the lighting. Mew. The lighting's good, and then also it's like I don't have a fan or air conditioning, and if I had a fan, it would destroy the mic audio. So yeah, this is the best that we could do given the temperatures, and given the lighting scenario, and given the fact that we filmed this 3 times now.
3 times, but you know what's great?
What's great
is that we just get to do this again.
Yeah, we just get to chat for another hour.
And that's fun.
And so, for the first time, you will not believe what this card is.
This is something that I've never seen before.
Nope, this is a brand new topic, and it's totally not.
Guest list.
Our first topic today is the princess versus bare minimum and king versus bare minimum treatment.
Yeah.
Let it out. So, care to explain to the audience what we're talking about here?
So it's this internet meme where, let's see if I've gotten better at explaining this.
Time 3.
The first 2 times have been bad.
Jesus Christ.
And that was a bad first throw. It's a man sitting in a chair. His girlfriend is standing behind the camera with a water hose. He's reading...
Okay, do you want me to pick it up?
Pick it up.
I'm gonna pick it up. Okay, so basically, the woman is holding the camera with a list in her hand and the water hose, and the guy is in front of the camera, and she's gonna read off of this list if something, like, things that you can do for your partner. What?
Things you can do for your partner.
Yeah, things you can do for your partner, and then the guy has to say if it's princess treatment or bare minimum, and then if he's wrong, he gets sprayed and hosed down with the water hose.
Hose the hell down.
Water hose.
The water hose.
The water hose.
Yeah, the water hose.
The water hose?
Yeah,
Okay.
the water hose.
Yeah, so, that's the basic principle, and we have
Water
things
hose.
to say about it that we haven't said 3 times already.
Yeah, I mean, the first one, I think it's the classic thing that boyfriends do. Fellas, you ever send your girl money to get her nails done?
For more context, we're so done talking about this.
Fellas, I think that's the bare minimum.
So one of the ones was...
Treat your women right, king.
One of the ones was paying for your girl to get her nails done, and the guy says princess treatment, and then he gets sprayed down with water. And I disagree with this on the basis of the fact that it's like $80 minimum to get your nails done. Unless, I mean, yes, sometimes if you're like just getting them painted, it's cheaper than that, but if you're getting a set of acrylics, which is generally what these videos are about, it's $80 minimum.
I mean, but how many times does a guy buy money on food? Spend money, buy the food.
But I'd rather get more food than get my nails done once.
Wouldn't you rather both?
Yeah, I know, but not everybody's got it made like that.
Dude, having a girl's expensive.
I disagree. I mean,
they don't want you to. That's what they don't want you to know. Being a girl is more expensive.
Yeah, being a woman sucks.
Granted, I'm giving you that.
I'm blinded right now. By the way, the sun is beaming into my eyeballs.
Means your eyes are balls. Your eyeballs are balling.
Yeah, but I have
your
dark
pupils,
brown
your
eyes
irises.
anyways.
Not in this light.
Cool. Anyways, so basically, I disagree with this on the principle that it's expensive, and I think that it's a very, very nice gesture to do with your partner. I don't think it should be defined as the bare minimum. And I'm not saying that as like a pick-me-girl way. I'm saying that as like, I'm a college student who respects that I never have my nails done for the reason that I can't afford it.
Well, what was the other thing?
The other thing, the reason it really pissed me off that nails was bare minimum was because the later one, it was writing your girl letters. The guy says bare minimum.
Fellas, we all know they can't read anyway.
Yes, women, notable, illiterate group of people. It's totally not the other way around. Statistically, it's the other way around.
Damn.
I mean, it is.
Hit us where it hurts.
The literacy rate?
Yep. Why do you think men are so weird these days?
Because they cannot read. Have you heard the thing that
I bet that there's a correlation.
Do you hear that people say, and by people I mean Pete Davidson said that Donald Trump can't read? Did you hear about this?
No, isn't this just the thing? Is like they leaked one of like the memos that his like staffers had to write to him, and it was just kind of like it was like low-key written in baby talk, and the letters were really big.
I didn't see that. The one I saw was Pete Davidson after Trump went on SNL. I haven't worked there or anything. After Trump.
Have you worked at SNL?
We do this once an episode.
What's that? Stinky.
Where are you taking that? The obvious answer's there, but are you trying to avoid it?
What obvious answer?
Stinky, and then you have to find a word that starts with N.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. No word came to my mind. What word came to your mind?
I don't want to say it anymore. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, so Saturday Night Live's finest, everybody. This is what they teach you over there.
Okay, anyway.
Comedians, am I right?
Anyways, moving on. So basically, Pete Davidson claimed that, like, Trump would look at the cue cards and then just say something completely different from what was on the cue cards, which I do find to be really funny. I like the idea that he was, like, really trying improv out of his inability to tell people that he can't read.
Dude, he's the most successful improv artist in the world.
That's really fair.
He improved his way to the presidency. He leads a nation because he was funny.
Because he was, like, just goofing off and wanted to do a side quest.
He was goofy, dude.
Sorry, there's a lot of cards that have been passing. That's going to keep happening. I know the mic's picking it up. I can't do anything about it. Sorry. But anyways, yeah, so the other one on this video was that writing letters, the girl claimed that that's princess treatment, like receiving a letter from your partner. And that made me angry because nails are expensive. Writing letters is something you do for free out of entirely the kindness in your heart and the love you feel for a person.
Yeah.
And it really, really bothered me. Because I don't understand in what world... Because here's the other thing, right? Nails. If a guy's paying for you to get your nails done, he also wants you to have your nails done.
Not necessarily.
Some dudes love that.
Yeah, but you're not going to withhold, like, money for the girl to get the physical treatment that you want her to get. No, that's not true. I would 100% pay for any woman to get a septum piercing. I've had that bet with the people, with the women, with the friendly women I'm entangled with.
Any woman.
I will pay for no. Any woman that I'm like attracted to.
To get a septum.
And who is attracted to me and it's not weird. Like who it's like kind of normal, right? If my friend who had a girlfriend was like,
you'd pay
for my septum piercing, I might still.
You'd pay for any woman you're attracted to get a septum piercing.
Yes.
Any woman.
Yes.
That's so dumb.
What?
That's so...
What? That's the smartest thing anybody's ever said. I'm like fucking Einstein over here.
Oh, number one, you're gonna be giving out septum piercings to cool women who want to feign being attracted.
Tagging my Instagram, tagged in the description below, at Daniel Saladfish. These women, follow me. I'll pay for your septum piercing.
You're gonna be Venmoing a lot of the cool lesbians who I'm friends with.
Oh, what the fuck's the sad part? A fucking beautiful woman has a septum piercing? Wow. I think a lot worse things
I don't think they
happen.
suit everybody.
No, but I'm willing to see it. I'm willing to do it.
You're willing to give it a shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, caveat, if... You know what, no. No caveat.
Would you tip?
No, they'd have to tip. They'd have to tip. Because I'm not there. You know, what if this person deserves a really low tip because they fucking suck?
Well, you would be there, right, in this circumstance?
Oh, not necessarily, no.
That's absurd.
I'll cut myself to get women's septum piercing. I don't even have to be there. They just send me a text afterwards. Send me like a video of it happening at least.
Oh my god. Oh, I just feel like that's a bit much.
Bold strokes give rise to bold players.
Okay, and so moving on from that, the letters thing pissed me off. Letters are awesome. You should write letters to your partners. You should write letters to your friends. You should write letters to everybody. I write letters all the time. I love letters. I got cardstock in my room right now. I'll write a letter to you, dear listener.
So, the person that Venmo's me for the septum piercing, write Liz the letter about it.
Yeah, send any inquiries to me, and then I'll tell Daniel, and then include a photo of yourself if you're over 18.
Yeah, and then if it's good, you'll get a photo back or a letter back with $50 or $70 or however much it takes. $100, probably $100.
You should just say it's a $300 procedure and just make Daniel pay for this. This is just a new bit where people just get money from you.
But you have to send me if you don't send me a picture of you with the septum piercing afterwards, and
Photoshop
it can't be
so easy.
It can't be fake.
Photoshop is
so
easy.
You are fucking bounded by God. God will know, and you will go to hell. You can't fake it. That's fucked up.
I'm really thinking about septums now. That must hurt.
Dude. No. Actually, I don't think it must hurt that bad.
You have a nose piercing, so I'm going to take your word for it. I have no piercings on my face because why would you put a bumper sticker on it? I can't even take myself seriously saying that. I don't have them because my mommy said no. But realistically, I want an eyebrow piercing. Yeah. Yeah, I do eyebrow or like the nose bridge one. I love this one. Or a lip piercing. I love lip piercings.
Oh, lip piercings? Well, those are, that's kind of just a bumper sticker on your face.
Oh, but the nose ring isn't?
No, not at all. See my fucking flawless logic?
It doesn't make any sense.
This is the man podcast.
Lip piercings
we talk
are
about
so sick.
Fucking
you ever seen somebody with those
boobs.
the lip piercings that are right here and here and they're like fangs?
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I think those are great, and I love them.
They're so sick.
They're not like the sick one, though.
The tongue piercing's the sick one. If you have a tongue piercing, you're the type of freak I can get behind.
No, because
Heard it here first, folks.
No.
You have a tongue piercing, I love everything about you.
What about the autistics with the tongue piercings?
And I love everything about them.
Well, my sister's one of them.
Does she have a tongue piercing?
Yeah, and she's
I would
a little
love
autistic.
her. And I would love her. She sounds awesome. Is she diagnosed, or did you just say that about her?
Yeah, no, she's diagnosed.
Okay, so can we specify that before you just seem like you might be throwing that around?
I'm not throwing it around.
Okay, great. Which sister is that? Oh my god, who else is
she's
skateboarding?
lesbian.
Sorry, I'm relearning to skateboard right now, and there's somebody skateboarding on my street, and I want to know who else is thugged out like me.
Thugged out like me, I fly for free because I'm a G.
Yeah, that was pretty good for a white guy. Anyways, we're going to move on from this. I don't think we want to talk about this anymore. I think that conversation proved that we don't... Okay, there was a reverse one where it was like king treatment, and then the girl just got sprayed in the face a lot. It looked more like, Montgomery, Alabama. Was that too far? Was that too far of a joke?
No, that's a good... You're calling reference to the big water hose thing that Americans
I just didn't know if it
about.
was too far.
What's too far about it? I mean, we know, given your history with letters
I was
and
blonde.
things on this show.
I was blonde, and everyone called me a bad person for it.
Because you were racist?
No, because they thought I was, because I look like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Well, I think...
And I have lips, so I get really offended when people say I look like a Republican, because hell no I don't. Unless they got filler, then they look like me.
Yeah. You look like her, bitch.
Heard it here first, folks.
I'll kill you, bitch. I kill all bitches.
I can't get behind that. I can't co-sign that on my podcast.
What? But I was just bouncing off doing the bit.
We were not riffing.
I was doing the yes and, you know.
There was no riffing happening.
Bitch. I was like, yeah, bitch, yeah. Ooh.
I'm gonna...
We were just riffing.
That was not a riff.
Oh.
That was a Freudian slip. All right.
No, it wasn't.
A little bit. Anyways, it was bad. Moving on. Next topic. Bada bing. Men's Mental Health Month. And Champ, are you okay, Champ? So this is referencing something super specific that I'm realizing I can't show you now because my phone is actively taking the video of this. So I'll explain it. There's a trend right now going around where the trend is basically
Why don't you just play the video and post, and then we'll just sit here silently for like the duration.
Yeah, because
of it.
it's not funny if you don't see it. Also, I have to explain it.
But they'll see it, and I know what this is. We talked about the video.
Yeah, no, but I have to elaborate more.
Can we just pretend like they've seen it?
Can I still explain it to you? Because you're not going to get why this is important to the topic.
I've seen the video.
You haven't seen this video. What happens in it? You explain it then if you've seen it. Because you're lying to my face.
It's a trend that's like, yo, call your blank and tell him goodnight. And it was like, call your ex-wife, whatever. But the real thing was forcing my dad to call his best friend to tell him goodnight.
Have you seen this video, or do you just really remember exactly what I told you?
And they're fucking sitting there on the phone, and he's like, hey, good night, and then they fucking start burst out laughing.
No, not this one. Okay, so the one that I'm in particular talking about is a dad calls his like best friend, and he gets him on the phone. He goes like, hey, just calling to say good night. And the dad's friend on the other line goes, Champ, are you okay, Champ? Have you had any thoughts to yourself, Champ?
Echo 9 Charlie, no, tell me your location.
It sounded like he was on like a walkie-talkie being like, over and out. It was, Champ, are you okay, Champ? And number one, I want to say I'm not laughing at this from a haha. I'm laughing at it as like, that's so endearing. But also he does sound like he's like over and out on a walkie-talkie. They're Navy SEALs.
Well, that's just how they talk, Champ.
I know, Champ. But I also thought it was so beautiful because I don't know. I'm not a dude. I don't know how dude friendships work. But I don't know if one of your guy friends were to call you and be like, yo, good night, are you thinking he's going to do it, you know?
No.
Yeah. So I think it's quite lovely that, you know, that would be a question that guy asked his friend.
Yes.
I think that that's beautiful. I think that's what we need in Men's Mental Health Month. And
Hashtag
now, my man expert here, Daniel Saligman.
Hello.
You have man in your last name, and you are.
That's true.
What are your thoughts on Men's Mental Health Month?
The idea of men having a mental health month?
Just how they act about it.
Well, this is a new thing, right?
Yeah.
This is only this year thing.
I think it was maybe a few years ago, but yeah.
This was only a this year thing. I feel like in the way I've seen, like I've only seen it this year.
You want to know my take?
Mm-hmm.
This could go badly. I think that men should care about their own mental health and the mental health of men in general, but just not only when throwing it back at somebody else supporting a cause.
Yeah, I think that's a fair take.
I don't hear enough on the day-to-day basis about what men go through. But when I really don't want to hear it is when I'm talking about what I go through as a woman, and then somebody's like, you know what I mean? If I were able to enter into a conversation with somebody where they were like, this is what I go through, and to a greater extent a lot of men go through, I'm sat. I'm listening. I'm empathetic. I understand. However, when I'm like, yeah, women get sexually harassed a lot, and a dude's like, well, you won't believe the statistic. It's like, okay, what if we both got help?
Yeah.
What if we...
Yeah,
what if we all...
They don't want to change.
Yeah. They just want to remind you.
They want to bully you.
Yeah, and so that's
they want to own the libs. And they're thinking they're like trying to outlib the lib to own the libs.
But it doesn't really work like that because the libs are just going to be empathetic.
And the libs also should kill themselves.
I agree. Everybody should a little bit. This is we shouldn't say that during a mental health conversation. Scratch that, rewrite that. Everybody should think critically about their actions. But not to the point of bad thoughts. I don't want you to
kill yourself. Per se.
Per se.
I agree. We do not condone suicide.
They're trying to use the woke method on the wokes.
They're trying to outwoke the woke.
Which is like dumb because any woke person is going to be like, I'm really sorry for what men go through. However, men's mental health shouldn't only be brought up as a tool of silencing. And so you're doing the most man thing ever right there, where you stop paying attention to what I said to have an air guitar riff with yourself, mind you.
Oh, I thought it was like background music. It sounded like you were in a commercial, so I was like giving you the nice like.
I do have PSA voice. I have a serious case of PSA voice.
That was a PSA voice, so I was giving you like the under. Yeah,
music. Which was a very strong, loud bass line, as is played on all PSAs.
They want you to groove and learn.
They do. Okay, and honestly, we've talked enough about that. Next topic.
Oh my god, I hate that topic.
Do you hate this topic?
The draft!
The draft.
NHL, NFL, NBA, MLB, World War III. Which one?
World War III.
No!
Okay, on some real things, I'm excited that women can get drafted because I'm
too.
going to single-handedly ruin that forever.
Oh my god, bro. No, you're gonna be...
I'm gonna get drafted, I'm gonna be so useless.
Oh, dude, I was going the otherwise. You're gonna be the fucking prime jewel of the fucking army.
Do you think so? Do you think I'd be well-loved in the army?
Yes, because something about Liz here, I don't know if you've told these people yet that you're a state champion wrestler.
Shut the no, okay, no. No, I don't like to take orders. Ever. I'm really defiant. I don't like rules. I don't like when people tell me what to do. I'm going to sleep in every day. I am going to laugh at the drill sergeant in his face because, number one, they need me more than I need them. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not going by choice, I'm really not going. And so my opinion is, if you let me...
That's a good point. The drill sergeant needs you more than you need
him.
him.
So, like, if I'm forced to go and be in the military for World War III, I'm gonna be an idiot. I'm gonna probably friendly fire by accident, genuinely by accident. Like, I'm gonna be a nightmare.
Don't kill somebody.
No, but, like, I'd shoot their ankle. You know, like,
but if it's by
funny.
accident, you can't know that it's their ankle.
I can
that guy never walks again. If you shoot him right in the ankle, dude... You're just getting this guy's foot.
But then he's leaving, and he doesn't have to be there anymore, and then I don't have to be there anymore.
He doesn't have a fucking foot.
I know. What do you think's gonna happen if he goes to war?
Maybe he'll just work in a chair somewhere, like the majority of people do.
All I'm saying is that from the bottom of my heart,
asshole alert. No.
I am going to be so useless. They have to send me home for incompetency.
Dude, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna be like, I imagine death so much. It's kind of like a memory.
In case you're unfamiliar, he just quoted Hamilton at you, which is why he should genuinely get drafted and then eat my ankle bullet.
So now I'm eating this guy's destroyed ankle.
No, I'm saying that you have to, like, take it.
I have to take his bone marrow and suck it out. I have to
suckle on it.
Dude, I was eating Popeyes last night.
They look like such a fun group of friends as on a stroll right now.
Yeah, and they were looking at us, and they were like, I was like putting them in the back of my mind, but a really fun group of friends just walked by us.
And making fun of us, right?
I also was like, they're making fun of us, and we're fucking lame. Look at this fucking podcast. And you know what? These people are gonna watch this shit.
And they're gonna be like, wow, they were lit.
They're gonna be like, you know what we
did?
That's
the deal we forgot about.
Super Smash Brothers Melee.
No. Daniel said, if this is my most watched podcast.
This was the bet.
This was the bet. What was the bet for?
If this was
bragging rights?
Most
in a week.
So this is the first time we recorded this.
Yes.
And I said, this is gonna be your highest viewed podcast in a week. And if it is, then what were the stakes?
I don't know. What are the stakes? Do we make up new stakes? Do you have to buy me a steak? Ooh, I like that.
Ooh. The loser
has
to cook a full steak dinner. Buy, cook, prepare full steak dinner.
And it can't be Stouffer's.
Oh.
No TV dinners.
You have to go to the...
I want a Wagyu cut. That's what I want. I want a Wagyu...
You're not getting a Wagyu cut, but
come on. Not even a filet? Can I get a filet, though? On some real shit. How do you like your steak
You
cooked?
can get a filet. Medium. Medium rare. Medium rare
Medium rare is correct.
Medium rare if they're not gonna fuck it up.
But I like my steak rare side.
Steakhouses, you ask for medium rare, and like a lot of the time, it's just kind of it's just rare.
You just don't know what a rare steak is. I'm gonna be really pretentious for a second and tell this guy that he doesn't know how to, like, cook his steak. You're useless. Medium is not correct, ever. You're the type of dude to put A1 sauce on steak.
Oh my god, you have no clue who I am, and it hurts.
I just say that to make men mad. That's like a top 5 make men mad immediately. Oh, you love A1 sauce in your steak. I'm gonna kill you. Woman, I'm going to hurt you. I'm so mad at you right now.
Cut the camera. No, but I consider myself a pretty decent cook. I'm
sure
cook.
You are. Sure. All men think that about themselves.
No, because now, you know what? I'm being manipulated right now. Men, you need to watch out for when you're being manipulated. Because now I want to buy and cook a steak dinner.
Just don't watch this, anybody. Just don't. If you clicked on this, immediately leave.
To prove you wrong. So now either way I lose.
Yeah.
Because you cooked the steak.
I manufactured the scenario so I get steak.
Oh, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, guys. I'm kind of hopping on. I'm hopping on board.
We're almost done with the month.
Well, technically it's a year-round thing. First off.
Not according to them.
Why don't
I'm just going on their calendar.
Well, if we're giving everybody a month, why don't we give...
What, do they do November?
No,
I feel
no,
like
not November?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like they're busy with something else that month.
I was going to say, have you ever tried that? But have you ever tried No Nut November?
I mean, I don't really think it works like that.
Okay. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's a little different.
Have you?
Yes.
Tried?
Yes.
Successfully?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Moving on from that. No, if I got drafted, I would be so genuinely useless on purpose. It would be so much fun.
But they'd see your untapped potential, and they'd want to they'd let you do whatever you wanted, because they knew that you're going to...
Would they turn me into like a superhuman killing machine?
You would turn into a superhuman killing machine who would eventually go rogue and kill them. And it would be like, we won the war, but at what cost?
I really do love this idea.
See, I knew how to get you on board.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I just fell for propaganda. You just watched me. Anyone who's watching this podcast just watched a 5-second clip of what happens when you really propagandize somebody. No, because low-key, Rosie the Riveter would have got me. And I mean that. I have a poster of the We Can Do It in my room at home.
Yeah, she's look, I loved seeing that poster. What a woman.
What a woman, right? No, but sincerely, like, she would have got me. I would have saw that. I've been like, yeah, we can.
Dude, I get it. I played Zarya in Overwatch, and then I played Marissa in Street Fighter. And they're two massive women.
Like muscular-wise?
Yes.
How do you feel about Abby from The Last of Us?
Which one is she?
She's the ripped one who got unripped in the TV show.
Oh, then I haven't played the game.
That's who my friend Aunt says I look like. Thanks, Aunt.
That's a good thing.
Really, it's the nicest compliment I've received.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, no,
Never mind.
I wasn't anti.
Oh, Abby? I hate her. Alright.
Yeah, no, you're really good at not being nice.
I imagine death so much it feels like a memory. When's it gonna get me? On my feet, 7 feet and ahead of me. Oh, and I like it's either that or meet the business end of a bayonet. Dude, Hamilton is... I'm sorry, we're gonna do this.
We're gonna do it, fine. Okay, propaganda, I'm not falling for Daniel getting into Hamilton this late and thinking that he's cool now.
I got into Hamilton when I was abroad in France. You know I studied abroad in France.
Oh my god, did you? I had no idea.
I never talk about it.
Never once. You've never once spoken French either.
And it's really funny because I was like, I would hate those people. And I was in France, I was coming home, I was telling people about it, and I didn't think I was that person. And then I called myself, it was like the 8th time I was like, well, when I was
this country here.
When I was in Amsterdam, or when I was in London, or when I was in Copenhagen, or Rome, or...
Well, because here's the thing, half the time, the place is not important to the story. Like, most of the stories you've told me have nothing to do with the culture or the vibe or anything.
No, but that's where I actually disagree, because it has everything. I'll tell the abbreviated version of this. I was in Amsterdam, and I was walking home late at night. No, this is
the dumpster fire story.
And I, like, see a glow, like an orangish glow on the side of this alley wall. And I'm like, that's something out of a video game.
I think that's way funnier if you're in New York anyways, though. Imagine seeing that in Westcott.
No, but the thing about this alley that I'm not describing right is it's like curvy. The houses are like everything's. The thing about Europe that's cool, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We
signed up for this now.
Everything, or at least the coolest places to me, was ones where like shit like a dumpster fire would happen, and the building is just like 500 years old, and the streets are like 700 years old.
I guess, yeah, it's cool. I don't know, but and I'm sure you agree with this to an extent. Like, have you ever been out west?
Yes.
Do you think it's super weird sometimes? Because, like, you're from a historic city.
Yeah.
I'm from a historic city.
Yeah. We are both from the two kind of historic cities.
The very older cities in the place, and they kind of look similar to when they were old.
Boston, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Although we didn't do that.
Enemies.
We didn't do that Puritan shit.
And we don't do that Quaker shit.
Well, I would argue that being Quaker is a lot better than burning witches that are just women.
Okay, yes, but there's actual reasons that these things happened. Like, there's many theories as to what was
Because
happening.
they hated women.
No, because there was, like, mushrooms and fuck. Did you just
No,
fart?
that was my stomach. Cut that out. I was hoping you'd just ignore that. It's so embarrassing. Dude, my stomach just grumbled. I hope if the mic caught that, I'm probably gonna kill myself. God.
The worst part is you know I'm gonna clip this. That's the worst part is you know that's going right to the Instagram.
Not any like the funny ones
No,
that I
but
did earlier.
we're gonna do like 12 clips from this, I think, because there's a lot of good bits in this. Honestly, we could've watched it on
Oh
bits.
my darn stuff, dude! This happened. Okay, so
Okay, you should
can I
know
tell a
that
quick
he...
story about this?
Yeah.
just ate a large Chipotle burrito. That's why that
It's an
happened.
absurdly large burrito, mind
And
you.
I finished it.
I'm very proud of you.
But no, because I drink protein shakes, and the way I kind of do them, I just overload it. It's like 75, 80 grams of protein in a shake.
That's really not like beneficial.
No, it is. There is no. They've done.
Oh,
this.
is that not true?
Studies. It's propaganda.
Oh, fascinating!
There is
I
no
always thought that
max
was
amount
true.
of protein you can have in a meal.
Oh, okay.
You just have to make sure you're drinking like water and keeping your body like able to digest. You have to
I
sleep.
don't see you drink. Oh, no, I do. That's a lie. I just try to clock you, but there's no reason to. I'm sorry. My water bottle is up there, being the hell.
You're sipping Coors, and I'm sipping water.
You have a Coors that you haven't opened
Unopened,
yet.
because
Yeah.
I'm too busy on this. No, and I would drink these protein
He
shakes
doesn't even sip from it.
in my stomach,
Awesome.
because it's trying to digest all this protein, and it's just like,
And so there's a lot of stuff going on in there.
and it's just nonstop.
That was the first time I've heard your stomach rumble like that.
Yeah.
That was convincingly not even a stomach rumble.
Dude, and that's what happens. You're like, you just trying to like, no, it's almost better if I farted. And I sit
It's
there.
funnier for sure.
I sit there in class because I've learned if you like jam your elbow in your stomach, you can stop it. And so I sit there with my abs clenched because that also helps. And whenever it starts, I go.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's just unfortunate. I don't even. We're talking about the draft. We're gonna switch to the next topic.
Yeah, we're lost.
Amish people seeing filters for the first time
Oh,
was a
dude.
video that came up on my For You page today.
That's just funny.
And it made me think, I wish that I was Amish solely so I could get reintegrated into regular society and get to experience everything as like an adult for the first time.
Yeah, dude. Do you know? Well, you know what they do, right? You get like 2 years to go live out in the real world.
Why would you come back?
People do.
And that's my thing. I think there's something that we're not getting about it that's really awesome. Because you'd think that would have like 100% conversion rate to real life. It was really that much better.
Well, imagine if you grow up without a phone for 18 years.
You probably feel awesome.
And then you get dropped into like the middle of Tilted Towers, like Fortnite,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Whoa, I'm so overstimulated.
Dude, you walk into like, you see one slot machine, your brain fries.
No, because my brother just got a flip phone. And he was talking to me and he was like, yo, I just got a flip phone. And I was like, good for you. Like, that was my first instinctual reaction, was like, I wish that I wasn't doing this world where I have to do work on my phone and it's important. Because it's like, I sometimes am like, man, I really would love to just have a simpler device. A device that was less naturally addictive. Because that's how these things are designed to be. And
So then, do you know what you do? And low-key, I think this is tell me, this is something I'm workshopping. I just thought of
Okay,
this.
workshop it.
You have your flip phone that you use for text, everything else. You have your like fun phone, your little content phone that's not connected to a phone number. So it's only like.
Oh, that's actually a really. I like this. I like what you're workshopping.
So that's
here.
like.
You got something good going
That's
on.
entertainment brick. So you're not just gonna pull it out to text your friends and then end up on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah, you separate them in your mind. It's instinctual, yeah.
And you bring your.
That was not even a word. Jesus, just ignore that.
Instinctual?
I said I don't even know what I said. It was just wrong. It
Oh,
was
I
all
heard
wrong.
instinctual.
I think.
No, but yeah. And then you can bring it with you, put it in your pocket.
Yeah. No, I actually really like this idea. I just don't want to buy a flip phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part of this that you have to like really do it.
Dude, I want to like flip my phone and be like, hello.
Yeah, exactly. They were slide phones. I remember I had a BlackBerry. It was a bright like electric blue BlackBerry slide phone.
Oh.
I felt so high tech. I felt way more high tech with that than I ever have with this dumb brick.
Well, because those Blackberries, you used to be able to play the break the bricks.
You had everything. Break
Dude,
the bricks.
My dad had a BlackBerry, and
It
I
was
would
so
always
lit.
be like, Dad, can I use a Blackberry?
BlackBerry kids.
You know what? They took away games on the phone. I don't play games on my phone.
No, I don't, and that's why I'm gonna buy a DS. I'm really, really locked into buying a DS because I hate iPhone games because it forces me to be on my phone. I don't want to. I want to be enjoying my second screen, but like in a cool, fun, awesome way. I feel about DSs the way I feel about CDs, and I'm a big CD collector.
You're a big CD collector, which I think is interesting because like CDs are like the media that people aren't collecting like that.
No, exactly. The reason I do it is one of two things. Number one, because of record resurgence, they price them ridiculously.
They're expensive.
To buy a new record is $50 minimum. I ain't got money on me like that. To buy a new CD, the most expensive one I bought is like $17.
Do you notice any like difference in sound quality?
Records are cool and they sound great. I actually prefer CDs, but I think it's mainly my CD player. I have a very old, incredible Bose, like the top of the line when they came out, like Bose speaker CD player. and it is like incredible sound quality. It's incredibly loud. So I think
That's
because
cool.
of them, I'm a bit biased. The only thing is, I know that records can be, like, you can scratch your records. I think CDs get scratched easier, which sucks.
Oh, I was thinking like...
Yeah, you were thinking about running up the turntable.
I was thinking about the turntable.
Yeah, no. I think CDs do get scratched easier. What were we talking about?
Best turntable solo of all time. Boogie on Reggae Woman, Stevie Wonder. See? I know my stuff.
Why would you say C after saying Stevie Wonder, you insensitive prick?
One of my favorite jokes is whenever someone says something, instead of being like, oh yeah, you say, oh I see, says the blind man.
Oh, I do like that one. That's a good white peopleism. That's a really good white peopleism.
I see, says the blind man.
That's a Benson Booneism, if you will.
That's just no. It's a different type of white guy.
I don't know. You guys chat. Do you think he's giving Benson Boone?
Chat, comment down below if I'm giving Benson Boone.
I think you're booning all over the place.
I'm
not
booning all over the place.
I think America.
My boon is just going everywhere.
I think America has a booner for Benson Boone.
A booner. I don't think people have the booner as much as like, because like people were like into One Direction, you know what I mean?
Well,
like me.
To be, and you know what? And I hate myself for this. There is a couple things I hate myself for. Number one, I was a really big pick me girl in elementary school and middle school because I hated myself. And I hate myself for that because I recently got into One Direction, and oh boy, what good music did they make!
Oh my God, they made
Steal My Girl is a top 10 song of all time.
Steal my girl. No one's ever gonna take her heart away. All the people in the whole wide world. Find another one 'cause she belongs to me.
Like,
it's
top
brilliant.
5 song of all time. It's so good.
I saw them live.
Oh my God, you see?
The
and like
Midnight Memories tour, and I was so into it. I remember, because my sister was the big Directioner. And she got me into it because, I don't know, she got tickets to a One Direction concert for Christmas, and for some reason, I also was like in on that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, bet. And then I listened to the Midnight Memories album on repeat while I played Minecraft for like a month and a half. And I would just be sitting there like, little black dress, what's your favorite song?
Oh, you ate that up. You knew you did too. You looked back at me with a little smirk and you said, you know I just ate that. But no, like, earnestly, that's one of the things that I really hated about a younger version of myself.
It was great.
Is that I really didn't want to be like, I didn't like Justin Bieber, I didn't like One Direction. I recently, like 2 years ago, went to go see the Jonas Brothers in concert. Unbelievable live.
Yeah, dude.
In a way that, again, made me angry at the fact that I didn't allow myself to be like a little girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm too cool, and I like watching football, and I like 90s and 80s and 70s rock bands. Because I'm a real woman. Like, no, number one, you're 7. You're 7. Number 2, you have teal Justice jeans on, and they don't fit you. Number 3, you wear the same shirt every day, and it's striped white and pink with 3 monkeys on it,
Girl.
all doing a different emoji face.
Girl, wait, that's kind of hard, though.
Low-key, I was fitted in, like, a bat. Like, in the most... Oh, I'm actually going to sidebar real quickly into a non-topic. One of my greatest sadnesses for a young generation of women is how much they dress well at a young age. Like, well-styled.
Yeah.
Bring back the worst outfits bring back knee-length, rainbow, cargo, or khaki shorts.
Oh,
You know the rainbow plaid that I'm talking about?
Dude, if I saw a girl in, like, the rainbow...
You love them, because they all turned out bisexual. I don't know one girl that wore those that isn't bisexual now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
I was a victim.
And
They
look,
got me.
On top of paying for your septum piercing, I will pay for your
Plaid.
knee-length plaid denim shorts.
Honestly, I actually think that I would love a pair of those that were, like, wicked baggy.
Wicked baggy.
Like, wouldn't that be, like, imagine the fit. That's hard. Carabiner, cool buckle belt, cool shoes.
That's pretty hard.
You're seeing the vision, right?
It's pretty hard.
Like, I think, and that's one of those things that I think we bring back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's bring back, like, middle school will be a lesbian,
I got a little cousin.
but just doesn't quite know it yet.
I got a cousin, and she's like 13 maybe, and she dresses so cool, and it makes me want to cry. It makes me so angry.
You're getting mogged by your cousin.
No, yeah, because she always is trendy and stuff, and she always has the best skincare stuff going on, and it's like, girl, let yourself have fun. Because my fear for them is when I go back and look at photos of any time between the ages of 9 and probably 20. I'm 21. I laugh. I laugh at all of them. And nobody's going to get the chance to go back and be like, ha, 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 I look like an idiot. Because you're trying not to look like an idiot. Look like an idiot. Be free to look like an idiot.
That's kind of why I'm wearing what I'm wearing.
Well,
and
that's the
kind
reason.
of, that That's what I know. I've been getting into this type of... I've been wearing a sleeveless shirt probably because it's a million trillion degrees.
But this is your 3rd day in a row.
Yeah, but I'm wearing a different one each day.
I know. There's one. Yeah.
Because I got style like that, and because I have a lot of t-shirts. And, okay, we don't gotta lie. I
was being polite.
I have a lot of thank you. I have a lot of t-shirts and I cut the sleeves off because I don't wear the t-shirts. But when I cut the sleeves off,
that's
like
how I do. I do the same thing, but with the open neckline.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You would never be wearing that with the closed neckline.
I did like last week, but it's better now.
Yeah.
Well, because my thing is my neck gets like I feel constricted.
Constricted. Yeah.
I used that correctly.
Like a boa constrictor.
Like a boa constrictor. Yeah. My mom and sister used to sing this song about a boa constrictor that was really freaky. It was a Shel Silverstein poem.
Hit me.
I don't remember it. I'll look it up later though. I'll show it to you later.
Yeah.
But they used to sing it to me when we had a basement at my old house that was really creepy. It was a beautiful, incredible finished basement, but it just had bad vibes.
Understood, bro.
It was a very lovely basement.
My house is haunted, so I get it.
Your house is haunted?
It was, but though my old house was haunted. There was a guy, we called him Craig. Me and my sister, Nina, we were in the bedroom. It was like the spare bedroom, and we were in there, and there was like a not like on the ceiling.
Oh no, that's
and then we were kind of like joking around. We were like, haha, like if there's anyone there, like knock. And then I swear to God, we bolted out of that room. And the story's not over because when we're moving out of that house, I'm like, I gotta go see if this is real. Shit you not, I went into that room and I was like, this is like 6 years later. I'm like 13, 14 at this point, before I was like 8 or 9. And I'm like, Craig, I swear to fucking God, I ran so fast and I felt so bad because he was just trying to
chat. He just wanted somebody to talk to.
He just wanted someone to talk to. It's like the boy and the monster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the monster just wants a friend, and I can't get over my like fears and inhibitions, and it's like.
Do you think that shaped a lot of who you are as a person?
Yeah, dude. Craig?
No,
dude.
Oh, Craigie. Craig,
and our house was like 100 years old, over 100 years old.
That's weird. I've never lived in a house that was old.
used as like a makeshift hospital during like the war.
Ooh. See, I've never lived in a house, not a college house. I've never lived in a house as like a person who lives in a place that wasn't a house built by my parents.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, built?
Yeah, my first 2 houses were built by my parents.
Wow.
Yeah. House I live in at home now in Tingsboro, Massachusetts. I just docked myself. Built by my mom and dad. And then my old house was built by... Nope, not even close.
Twinsburg.
So you live in Twinsburg. Propaganda I'm not falling for. I switched this up. Obviously, we filmed this 2 recent times, and I'm changing it. I'm changing my answer.
So the
propaganda I'm not falling for is artists promoting their music on TikTok. Because there was once a time, and so this is my overarching theme for this card is that making art is no longer cool and mysterious, which I think used to be like the pull-in.
Yeah.
I think it used to be like wicked cool to be like, yeah, I'm like an artist. You know, you'd have like your art house, New York City kind of people being like, oh,
Bohemia.
Yeah, exactly. It was cool. It was really cool. And now it's like, do you want to discover the next Frank Ocean? Listen to my new single that comes out on Thursday. And it's like...
The algorithm gamers are tired.
It's tough. It's tough. I see them come up all the time.
But there's...
And it makes me, like, sad. Because I'm sure a lot of them have pretty good music, to be honest. Like, I'm sure I will never listen to it.
No, okay, because
there's no coolness in it.
I think that is true. But I also think that people are doing song advertisements more tastefully. Which is essentially just a musician with a TikTok account who posts videos of them singing. That's essentially like an ad.
And there's better ways to do it. I agree.
This is did the song of the summer just drop?
The other side of that, though, the cooler people that do it will oftentimes post clips of unfinished songs, right?
Yeah.
So there's this one country artist, and she did this song called Double Wide, and it was honestly a banger.
Double Wide.
It was a really good song. It was like, I like good old-fashioned country music, something with a beat. I like a long...
Oh, this is like...
Yeah, really good, like, crunchy, fun, bluegrassy sound. She had really good twang in her voice. And then everyone loved the clip she posted. It was an unfinished song. It blew up. And so she releases the whole song so fast, it's terrible. The best part is by far the TikTok clip. Rest of the song, she just didn't know. And I'm not saying, like, that's by no fault of her own. People wanted it, and also you need to catch it. Like, the second you go viral, you gotta catch it. Now, you don't really have a time for a month to spend workshopping the song.
If it's good enough, you'll bring it back.
And, like, I think she makes other good music. I've listened to some of her stuff, but it was, like, the song, I think it was, like, millions and millions of likes. It was so popular. And it was a banger.
But
like, her voice is fun.
This is also just because of our sphere, dude. Because I was on TikTok recently, and I found a guy who was literally like, is this the song of summer? And it was a country guy, but he's from Quebec, so he's just French-Canadian, and it was all in French.
I think anyone should be allowed to do country music. That's why I really you need to see this.
Yeah, the squirrel
There's a squirrel on the power lines, and he's unbelievable.
If you guys have seen the... he just jumped. If you guys have seen the Mark Rober, the Squirrel Olympics, if you haven't, do yourself a favor, go watch those Mark Rober Squirrel Olympic videos, because they're amazing. Number 2, the squirrel just did that. So,
that was awesome.
Have you seen those videos?
I haven't seen the Squirrel Olympics, but I've watched a lot of people, like, setting up, like, what TV show was that?
Ridiculousness.
No. The TV show where they made, like, the human beings go over those, Wipeout!
Oh, I loved Wipeout.
It was, like, Wipeout for squirrels, which was very fun. Wipeout was so fun. That was one of those shows I always wanted to be a contestant on.
Oh, I always wanted to be on
that and American Ninja Warrior.
Oh, dude.
I would never be physically capable of doing any of that, mind you.
But when I was a kid, I thought I was.
Oh, I was so there.
You can ask my parents, dude. I used to love that show.
And we had, like, gymnast stuff in my basement, and I'd set up courses for myself to practice. And it would just be me doing, like, somersaults.
Do you know?
Maybe a cartwheel.
Do you know how the first obstacle of, like, the first course is, like, the steps
you go...
Yep. The sideways steps. Whenever I would walk in, there was this one spot in my old house where you could, like, kind of do that a little. So whenever I'd walk by it, I'd go...
No, I thought that was going to be where I ended up. Like, I was so convinced that I was going to be...
You were going to be the first...
There was many women that have done it.
White woman to ever win American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, first ever white person to ever win anything.
Dude, it's like, it's like Reed Blankenship and Cooper DeJean. Cooper DeJean.
Is that how you say his name? Is it DeJean?
What do you think it was?
Cooper DeJean is not a safety.
Oh.
He's just a cornerback who'll pick up your number one. Oh, you put a little twang on that.
Dude, I love Cooper DeJean.
Is this DeJean? That feels wrong. Oh my gosh.
Maybe it's just a Philly thing.
Right out in front of my
big UPS truck.
Oh, somebody should have given me mail.
Package. Ooh, mail. Do you think he's going to come and give us mail?
I don't have anything that I've ordered because I canceled my DS order because I wanted a 3DS instead.
Oh.
I know. I need to get paid one more week before I can make that purchase in good faith. Yeah, okay, do you have...
attractive mailman.
You should go tell him that.
I'm not going to tell him that.
You should.
God, am I not allowed to make an observation nowadays?
You should make a compliment instead of an observation.
Oh, yeah, because that's not weird. Screaming from my porch.
My porch.
True.
Oh, he's a cutie patootie.
You didn't see his face. Can't stubble, I kill, bro. I can't get stubble like that. I feel like my stubble kind of looks like a little dirty.
I don't want to agree with you because it feels mean, but I could see your point.
Yeah. I was talking to my best friend last night, shouts out Katarina, and she says...
Shouts out, Katarina.
She says, you look like I could take a... Keep in mind, it's like 90 degrees, and I'm sitting there shirtless in my apartment, like... And she goes...
It was a bad day. It was a bad night.
You look like if I, like, took a finger and rubbed it against your face, I would have, like, grime on it. I would have grime on my finger.
Wow. I like Katarina. I am a big enthusiast of Katarina and the things that she says.
Damn. That's hurtful and true.
Yeah, wow, she
more hurtful you. Because it's true.
Yeah, she cooked
and
you.
I was like, no, and I, like, went like this, and I was like...
Oh, my hand is dirty. I blame that on the fact that we sat outside and did this for an hour, which just can't be good for the skin.
Can't be.
Not in this weather.
Thank God I have
Not on this couch.
Thank God I have my face lotion with SPF.
CeraVe, baby.
No. Yeah, it is.
It is.
They're the brand.
I'm offended. Okay. And yeah, so that's my general thought. I think it sucks because artists really used to be like this really cool exclusive thing that was awesome to be, and now it's like, and there are artists who do it super cool. One of my friends promotes his music really cool. Angus, very cool.
Beef.
Sorry. Oh, that hurt.
Angus
but like
beef.
overall, it's tough because there's nothing mysterious about you anymore. You're not the next Jeff Buckley. You're just an asshole.
You're not the next Jeff Buckley.
Okay, because I also messed it up, so that made me feel better that you were mocking me at first. Okay, so what's your propaganda you're not following for this week? And you can say the same thing you've been saying or something.
My propaganda that I'm not following for this week is probably... I don't want to say the same thing I said.
Okay, come up with something new. Come on, off the fly. Come on. Come on. Yes and.
But I'm not yes-anding you. You're just asking me to. You're asking me to give you the yes and.
Find something. We've been yapping for an hour. You can find something. I believe in you. Do it. Go, Daniel,
Propaganda
go.
I'm not falling for.
What?
I'm saying propaganda I'm not falling for.
Yeah, just things that really just you're not going to let it happen to you. Take that as you will. We can skip and go to the next segment. You don't need to come up with one.
Beaches.
Beaches.
This is an overarching
you're an
propaganda I'm
anti-beach
not
guy?
falling for. I don't really like the beach. It's fun for like one day. It's fun for like
It is
2
a 1 day
days.
thing to 2 day thing. I agree. I think there's too much beach. I would never have a beach house.
Dude, those people who are like, yeah, like, and every day they like go out and they just like get roasted in the sun.
You know what's better than a beach?
What?
A boat in a lake. I'm a big boat in a lake guy. You know what I love? I love a pontoon with a little shade. And a beer.
Oh.
No, I agree, because here's my thing. With beaches, it's tough. Because, like, you want to tan, and that's fun, except for then you have sand all over you forever. And then you can't do anything while you tan, because if you're tanning your front, you really can't read without having to hold the book here or there or there. So you have to have somebody that you can talk to, but then you're going to get annoyed because you're talking to somebody for a full day, which is just annoying. And then, as we know, and then...
But I like boogie boarding.
Boogie boarding is fun.
I'm the
but
boogie
then
master. No, I take lessons from the boogie master. Yeah, you do.
You get stomach rashes. It hurts.
Stomach... Oh, I was thinking chafe.
Yeah, the chafe on the stomach, the rash.
No, I'm talking chafe between your legs.
Oh, yeah, which is also a problem. Yes.
Dude, yeah, at the beach I chafe.
We're endowed similarly in the leg area.
Yeah. They rub.
It sucks. Fucking hurts. I'm sure... I can't even believe that happens to dudes. I thought your pants, your long-ass swim trunks prevent... Oh, you're a water polo guy. Does that prevent... Do you Speedo to the beach?
No, I don't Speedo to the beach.
God, okay, at least
but
you're
I do chafe in my Speedo. Like, if we have a tournament and it's kind of an all-day thing and you don't really take off your Speedo.
You know, I actually think that Speedos get too much hate because of what women are allowed to wear to the beach.
Yeah, dude. Let a man wear a Speedo.
I'm not against Speedo culture unless it's like a creepy guy with a Speedo on. That's where, you know what I mean? That's where there's a line.
You want Speedo... You want to bring back Speedo culture.
Yeah, for sure, but just not creepy guys with Speedos.
Dude, I think... But they were used to be young guys wearing Speedos.
Which is cool.
So do you have to... So a Speedo is barred by age?
Wear strings to the beach, and I love it. I'm with it all day long. Yes, ladies, let's bust out those cheeks. You know
What
if
a 60-year-old woman wore like a string to the beach?
I would be so thrilled.
So then why can't a man wear a Speedo?
Future. I'm saying that they can. I'm allowing it.
But you're saying you don't like the old men who do it.
Well, yeah, I don't like anybody. But, like, okay, here's the thing, and I was saying this today on a TikTok. Old men have a bad rap.
I agree.
It's tough to be an old guy.
It's tough. I was thinking about this.
Your kind don't do kindly for you.
We were talking, and you were like, I'm excited to be an old woman.
Yeah, because they're cool and swag, and they have, like, a lot of, like, cool things.
Yes, but then I was just like...
To be an old man.
Because, okay, I'm going to say this, and I beg that this isn't taken the wrong way.
Can't be good.
A lot of, like, older women... It's not that I'm saying I wish... This was... Okay, I'm just going to say it.
Just, yeah, stop doing the thing that you preface.
A lot of older women are, like, part of the fun of an old woman is, like, the grandma who's, like, you know, like, oh, this 25-year-old raider, oh, you know, if I was younger, or back in my day, or, like, then they, like, touch the young waiter, like, the young waiter's arm.
Oh, they're like, yeah, it's playful. It's never meant with malice.
But I think the few men... The real proportion of men, the real number of men...
It's very high. As someone who's worked retail, it's a lot of old guys that do it.
Do you think, and I'm not telling you they don't.
Yes.
Do you think that they, like, more than you think could just be doing it playfully? Or do you think that if you're a man, you can't do it playfully because of all the connotations, which is fair?
I think that that's it. I don't know, because when I worked retail, it would happen a lot. But also, they're never, like, fun and playful with it. Because the few times that they are, I'll play into it. Like, you know what I mean? If an old guy was, like, flirting with me in a fun, not creepy way, I'm like, oh, sir. You know, you're like, you know what I mean? I'm having fun with that. That's fine.
And there are some women who do it in a creepy way as well.
Yes, and there's a line to it.
What's the fun?
But the thing is when guys do it so creepy, like, I had, like, a dude follow me around a store for, like, 2 hours when I was working.
No, yeah,
but, like,
that's
that was,
weird.
like, not that random of a thing to happen. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, if that happened to a guy, I feel like from an older woman, like, they would have called the cops on her. She would have been in a hospice by the end of that day. You know what I mean? Whereas, like...
These old men are built
with
differently,
its
man.
dude, it's like, oh, I guess that's just my day now. I guess that's it. But no, okay, so I think the trick with the playful is just read the room.
Yeah.
Which I don't think a lot of men care to do.
No, you're right.
And I think that goes for flirting in public with anyone you don't know. It's all about reading the room.
Yeah.
Because, like, when if I was at work and I was pretty, obviously, I had no makeup on, which I like to dress up. I've worked retail. You should look nice. You're promoting the clothing on yourself. You're basically a model for the company at a low level. As a brand ambassador. I'd go in normally if I had a full face of makeup on, I had a nice outfit on, I had my polo on, whatever.
Because you worked at?
Polo. I talk about it more, actually, than I talk about SNL. I talk about Polo a lot.
Dude.
But anyways.
It's crazy.
But no, so I'd like, if I looked nice and I had a nice outfit on and I was smiling and stuff, which I tried to do at work because, you're trying to be a brand ambassador. But there would be days that I didn't have any makeup on. My fit looked terrible. I was mad. I had my bad shoes on. My feet were uncomfortable. I'd been working for 8 hours. I wanted to go home. Maybe I was doing the overnight.
Yeah, and you don't want that guy doing that.
And that was always the days that it would happen. Because I will say, and I think that there's psychology behind this, of dudes hitting on women on days that they might not look their best. Because I think it's a power thing.
I think
it's a confidence and power thing for a guy.
I could, yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
I could see, it's more realistic for the guy to expect
you to be positive.
No, that he's more on his shooting at his weight. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. I mean for him to not be afraid of rejection.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think a lot of dudes hit on women in public to actually meet the person and get to know them. I think it's genuinely just
it's just the creeps.
I can do this now, and I'm going to.
Yeah.
There was one time at work, the one time it really bugged me, I was at Polo, we had to ask, can we have your name and phone number or email to put into Polo Connect? And there was this one guy who goes, if I give you my phone number, you need to give me yours. And I looked at him, and I was already having kind of a rough one. It would have been a long day. And I looked at him, and I was like, dude. No, sir, sorry. Do you have an account with us? And he was like, I'll have an account if I can have your account.
Okay, so stop after the first time.
Yeah, you gotta stop at the first one. And then I'm looking at him, and mind you, I'm trying to put a good brave face on, I'm trying to be smiley and happy, Liz. And my customer service voice is on, so I'm like, hi, sir, can I get your phone number and email? And then I'm like, okay, do you have Polo Connect? And then he's like, I want to connect with you.
I'll have your
and then I finally, it was 4 times of this back and forth, and I went, dude, I don't even need your email. I'm just going to skip this part. And he looked so mad at me. And I was like,
I do have a Polo Connect account.
Yeah, I was like, sorry, you're not going to get your 30% off today, you asshole. You've just screwed yourself over by being intolerable.
Yeah.
Because I was so nice.
It's the intolerable tax.
I will say another thing I did at Polo, I low-key gave people stuff for free if I liked them. I'd forget to scan an item. Oh, I was bad. I worked there I shouldn't say it. I want to go back for Black Friday. No one's going to watch this. It's fine. It's fine.
Mr. Polo.
Ralph. Get him on the phone. No, but it would only be occasionally, and it'd be if they were a family with 3 young kids.
Yeah.
And they were buying a bunch of kids' clothes.
Yeah.
I'd miss a couple items when I scanned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really getting any money taken from the company.
No.
They don't know that they're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just decensoring them. Oh, I forgot to scan something.
Oh, shoot.
And, I think that that's one of those things that I'll get good karma for eventually, but it just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Chipotle, we won't do this whole thing. I used to work at Chipotle, and they cracked down on us. I remember one day my manager was like, you got to stop giving people, extra things for free.
But if you're a nice person,
they were losing money.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you're a nice person,
no, I agree.
I want to help you out.
Yeah.
I genuinely, because I'm getting paid. The other thing is with Polo, there's a certain amount of disillusion. No, that's not the word I want to use. There's a certain amount of just insanity that you develop as you get paid $19 an hour to sell sweaters that cost $400.
Yeah.
And you sell 6 an hour at minimum.
Yeah, but
there is a certain amount of
your labor's being stolen.
Yeah, there really is a certain amount of I'm watching people buy $120 mesh t-shirts, and I'm getting paid $20, not even, which is still great. I was making a great wage. I'm not mad about that. It's just you do go through this experience of wow.
No,
wow.
Wages are theft.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it makes you a little bit crazy. And then you look at these lovely families just trying to dress their kids, especially when it was back to school time. Because that was when I would leave, so I'd be already over my period there. I'm already mad. You know what I mean? I've already spent the whole summer there. And so I would have these moments where I look at these young families, and they got 3, 4 kids, maybe 2 kids. Maybe one of the kids is yelling, and they both look exhausted, but they're just trying to do their back to school shopping. You slide a couple through. You slide them through. You do the right thing. And I don't care if that makes me an enemy to corporate America or a socialist or whatever, what have you.
All right, we're running out of time.
How many seconds do we got? Minutes?
It depends on how much is cut. Probably 2 minutes. Probably cut
Okay,
4 or 5
sorry,
minutes?
Mango and Melee. We have my last topic of the day.
Which is?
Things my girlfriend shouldn't know trend. This trend right now is my favorite thing in the world because I get to test my knowledge. It's so fun. So have you seen these?
Oh.
They're back and forth. So it'll be like one partner's behind the camera holding the phone, and they've created a PowerPoint for the other partner to go through and see if they can name the things on the PowerPoint.
Oh, like the makeup sponge.
Yes,
Like
the makeup sponge ones, or I've seen ones
the
with like
blender.
specific like highlight clips from different athletes randomly in their college career that will like. And I saw one today, and the reason I included this was because very few things in this life I have talent in. One of those, though, is I have an older brother who made me do everything with him. And one of the questions on it today was, what is the hardest song to play on Guitar Hero? And out loud, in my room, in the silence of my room, I said, Through the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force.
Yeah.
And and then it showed up, and I was like, I'm lit. Like, I was like, I'm lit.
That's pretty good.
Because I love that song. That song used to be my old alarm before it's War from the Hunger Games movies.
Oh.
Yeah, I love that song. My brother put me onto a lot of music, but like he really tried to learn that. Oh my god. Wait a minute. I had this really cool babysitter when I was a kid.
Babysitter.
He was adorable. He was like 14 years old.
I don't know why we're letting this guy sit on kids.
He was good joke. And he was so cool, and he was always like good outfits, really swag, always had Vans on, like skateboarded. You know, he was like he was super lit. And there was one time he was babysitting, and my brother hated when we had babysitters because he was like 12, and it made him feel small.
Didn't like that.
And he was like, I'm the big bro, I could take care of them. First time he ever was left home alone with us.
What happened?
He set up the fire alarms in the entire police department and fire department showed up to our house. Because he had a smoke machine in his room and he didn't know he was going to set up the fire
Bad
alarms.
first start.
Bad, terrible first start. But anyways, so we had this babysitter, and my brother was playing Guitar Hero once, and we were all downstairs, and the babysitter goes, watch me. Puts the guitar behind his back. Puts Guitar Hero in the hardest setting. Blindly. Does it like 100%. To this day,
There's nothing that's cooler than that, bro.
very few things that are cooler might have been a very pivotal moment for the fact that I am bisexual and not a lesbian.
Give me that. Fucking. And then he's just fucking.
And I'm like 6, just like, this is what the peak male specimen is. You know what I mean? I'm looking up at this guy like, wow. And now I think he like engineers roller coasters or something super equally dope.
Fucking dope.
And it's like, come on, get out of my face. Like, you can't be that cool. Like, there's lines to this, you know?
There's levels to this shit. Do you remember the coolest thing you've ever done? We can end on this. I
I know you have one,
go.
so you go, and I'm listening to you, but I'm also gonna be thinking.
We were
about
at water polo. I play water polo here in Syracuse.
I have
and
mine.
I was at water polo practice, and someone on the team brought in 2 of their friends. It was like these 2 guys, who are our year, and we did the whole practice, and then we played this game called Murder Ball, which essentially no rules. You can punch, kick, drown each other, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking to them. They're out because they're taking a break because they're tired. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking to them. I'm telling them about sport. I'm telling them about, like, you know, things about the team. And then my teammate in Murder Ball gets the ball and passes it to me. And without breaking conversation and eye contact with them, I catch the ball and shoot and I score. And I don't stop talking the entire time.
Oh, that's so lit. Okay, so that's a really good one. That is really cool.
And
that's honestly so swag.
And I did it, and I kept
your aura went up like crazy.
I kept my sentence going like I did nothing, and they were like, "Yo, what? That was the sickest
That's
shit."
so cool.
And then I waited 15 seconds. I was like, "Guys, that was the coolest thing."
No, see, you can never comment on it. So
I had
my
to.
coolest one, and this is gonna sound really lame, but like let it warm up a little bit. My high school, I went to a very, very good sports high school. We had a lot of people that have gone D1 in football. We have a bunch of.
You were a state
Olympians in
champion
hockey.
wrestler.
Again, we don't have to keep bringing that up because wrestling. I have to tell you a story about wrestling. Stop talking about wrestling. People don't like to hear me talk about wrestling because there was a very bad story behind the wrestling. But anyways, very good sports high school, and every year, once a year, we had an annual by-grade kickball game, and it was taken very seriously.
Everybody was bisexual. By grade TikTok.
But anyways, so I was a junior at the time, and we were playing the sophomores, and I was the pitcher.
Ooh.
And there is genuine some skill to being a kickball pitcher.
100%.
Because you can't go too fast, because then everyone's going to get mad at you, and they're going to make you quit.
No,
but you got to find the perfect speed where it's, like, uncomfortable, but also, like, you're not going to get a boot from people.
Yeah, because if you're throwing it too fast, it's like, dude, this isn't fun.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
Because you got to throw it at the right level so that the person feels like a bitch if they were to complain.
Oh, yeah. And then so I was a junior, and then we were playing the sophomores, and it was a close game. It was very back and forth. The sophomores were a really athletic class. The juniors were a really athletic class. And I was pitching, and there was this one kid. He is, he's a quarterback at Georgia now. He's on, I think it's Georgia or another, like, big SEC. He's really, really good. And so, like, I was kind of scared because I was like, he was like 6'5", and he was just he was wicked nice, really good kid, but just frightening. And so I'm lining up, and he goes and he bunts it. And it was like a very big space we were playing in. We were playing in like half a football field. But I sprinted as hard as I could the second I saw that ball go up. I dove on the ground, fully arms extended, caught it right there. After sliding like 5 feet. And everyone, because they were on their last out too, so it was like that was it for them too. Everyone erupted. Even the sophomores were like, this is crazy.
Oh, dude, that's so sick.
I genuinely, like, and I hate that that's my favorite, coolest thing I've ever done.
No,
like,
that's
I hate that.
really sick.
But oh my god, it was so sick.
And it's also so risky, because if you did that and didn't catch it,
it would be like,
everybody would go,
the biggest embarrassment. But then I was on fire for the rest of the game. Because you know what I mean? Because a lot of times also, the ball goes right back to the pitcher. So if you have a bad pitcher, you might as well. That's game. And I was just locked. It was like on lock.
Yeah, bro.
That was probably the coolest thing I've ever done. Or at least the coolest I've ever felt.
On that note.
Guys, thank you for watching Guest List. Thank you for being here. Today's episode was sponsored by Caster vs. Master, Daniel's show.
Check it out on YouTube. Qs_esports, Caster vs. Master. It'll be out. Yeah,
and we can't be more excited to continue. Maybe he's a recurrent. Maybe if you like him, he's a recurrent.
Comment most viewed episode.
And I'm gonna post a TikTok on the account if I end up getting my steak dinner, or if I have to make you one. All right, bye guys. Love you.
Guest List.